say a big welcome to Peter for coming down to do the workshop. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure the rest of you are. Without any further ado, I'd really like to hand it over to Peter and we'll get it all started.
Where's my crew? They're down here? Where's Olga? Well, just to start, thank you for having me. I'm not really a speaker, so I'm a bit dyslexic, so if I get any words mixed up back to front, please forgive me because I think way ahead before I talk. So what I'm going to do today is go over a one light system that I use for Beauty Dish, mainly for my European fashion glamour style of photography. This is Elizabeth, my other half. She's my makeup artist and hairstylist, and one of the models I've got here today for Kathy. Did anyone bring cameras they want to have a shoot or not today? Have a go? No?
Put an iPhone.
iPhone? Okay. So I'm just going to put a little slideshow and demonstration so people who don't know what my work is. I put that together about 2 o'clock this morning so you can have a quick look.
Come and touch me, baby.
The images that I've got up on that you saw today are mainly on these two of my models that I've been using. They've been with me for about a year. So what I do is train models too with their posing from start. I mean, Ebony, when I first met her, she could hardly say boo. Now she talks her head off at me. Kathy's still getting through the shyness, but she's done really well. Both of these girls actually just won Miss Teen Galaxy. So for Queensland, she's representing Queensland. She goes to Sydney. When do you go to Sydney? Today. And Ebony's been chosen for the Miss World pageant. So they've both done really, really well. One of the other girls that I've trained up to, she got best portfolio with another big competition. The main thing that I do is use one light system with the type of photography, and I know most of you guys, yep, are wedding photographers? Yes, no?
Wedding and portrait.
Wedding and portrait. So this one light system with glamour and fashion, now as we all know, glamour has gone. The days of, you know, Ralph, FHM, Maxim, Playboy, they don't sell anymore, and that's how I started. So an English photographer inspired me with his way of beauty, so I started to play with that. So I actually put this workshop together for my studio, and thanks to Paulie invited me here, but it's normally a group of 10, and I originally put the workshop together for my models because we know as all good photographers that we can shoot a great portfolio because we're skilled. We know what we can do with someone that's not quite experienced, but then what happens to the model once she's got that beautiful portfolio? She goes out into the real world, and then she's sitting there and she goes for a job and they look at her portfolio and go, that's fantastic. She's here in the studio, we've got a designer, we've got the advertising, we've got the client, and the photographer's trying to pose her because she doesn't know how to do this beautiful jewellery and long neck and beautiful hands. So I thought, you know, the girls that I've got, they're getting these knockbacks because they're not experienced enough. So I decided to put an editorial workshop for my models, so they're hands-on. As we know, like us photographers charge $1,500 to $2,000, $3,000 for a portfolio. I mean, they can't update their portfolio every year. I mean, they need to keep updating. You know, they're all working normal jobs to find another $3,000 or another $600 or $700 to do their portfolio, to update their book. So I decided to put this workshop together for them so they get hands-on. I did a makeup course when I was very young with a grand makeup artist that did Elizabeth Taylor, and you know, worked on the dead and did all this sort of thing. And the girl that I was going out with at the time, she had a gift with makeup, so I sort of learnt makeup more so for face shapes, understanding hairstyles, understanding the makeup that I particularly like. So I thought with the workshop I'll bring in photographers, designers and makeup artists because we all work with them. You know, any good photographer that does portraits or even glamour, they really need to work with a good makeup artist. And what I found over the time and what I see online, you know, she'll do, or I do a little bit of makeup, and you can see it in the imagery. You've got to work with good makeup artists. You've got to work with good hair. My job becomes easy. We always storyboard. We look at other photographers' images to find out, you know, that could work with what we want to do, what type of hair. And then, you know, over this winter period, 6 months out of it with all the rain, I started to send images in to a new clientele. I thought, I'm going to have a problem because I've worked for Picture, I've worked for Penthouse, I've worked for Playboy, and I thought, you know, the fashion industry is pretty fussy with who works with them. But, you know, I got 4 or 5 magazines published within that year with work. And a lot of photographers ask me, you know, how hard is it to get work published? It's not that hard. If you storyboard it, you send in images, it's common sense. If they like what they see, they're going to publish it. So what I'm going to do is introduce Elizabeth to you because, I mean, to me this workshop it's an importance to understand how to look for a good makeup artist. Does anyone have makeup artists they work with on a full-time basis? Yep. Yeah, one thing that I've done, I saw Sue Price did, and I really liked what she did with Fashion the Wedding Dress, and I thought that was pretty cool because I did Trash the Wedding Dress, and I've done a few of them and I really enjoy it. Or it might be something where the groom doesn't know yet, but they come into the studio and they might get some boudoir shots done that we can put into the album. So I love doing that sort of stuff. But I mean, the first day I did a wedding, man, I was sweating like a pig. I was so stressed out. I mean, Elizabeth was with me and it was only a small wedding and I'm running, the shots are brilliant, but I'm running around so stressed. I like to be in control of, like, here's the model, I'm dealing with one person, unless it's like I did a bridal wedding, just a shoot for them, but it was controlled wedding and it was great. I loved it. But, you know, for you guys that do weddings, because I just can't do them. I just get too nervous. I think in the fashion industry and into what I do, I mean, once upon a time it was about big boob girls and curvy, and they're the girls. Anyone that walked in skinny into my studio, I said no. But now I like them skinny, slim, young. Well, you think about it. Just say I've got a palm tree over here. Yep. Here's the palm tree here. I haven't got much room to move, and I've got this big tall model. You know, I've got to stand all the way back here to shoot up. Yeah, editorial model. So I've started up this year with the workshop that I'm doing for editorial models. So it's icon editorial models, so they can get work. And the way that I've done it is on a fair system, that there's going to be a point system. So if I've got Ebony on my website and they want to hire her for a job, they can see that she's got 40 hours in front of a camera time. So I'm going to do it as a point form, because, you know, like I have hired models and paid $500, had them on the set, and they don't know what they're doing. And if I've got a client there looking at their clock and going, oh, look, Peter, how come you have to do this to pose the model?
And what I love is all of these model shows on TV, the photographer never directs the model.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Yeah. Check is that right?
Yeah.
With these shots too, that's what I usually drop it down to one. I like to see more pale skin before you lose the pixels, but just drop it down that extra stop, because I like to get the skin nice and white with beauty. Good, good, good. And see what I've done there. I've taken it to 200. See how it's gone darker from 100 to 2. See the background? That way, you know, it adds a little bit more depth to the photo. Instead of worrying if you've just got a plain background, you can add that, you know, a little bit of contrast, and especially when you start taking the Photoshop. So if you've seen some of my photographs with that backdrop, I always drop it down to about 200, depending on where I'm shooting. It's like rebooting the computer and refreshing it. I'll say, close your eyes, take a big breath, let's go again.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'll say, because I have these two things, even if she was a top professional model, I would still have these two things in place. She knows what we need to do, and then she can have a look just to check, you know, if there's hair herself, instead of me saying, look, you've got hair in your eyes. She'll see that and she'll be able to move. So direct the model.
Okay. I'm just asking her that we can keep a fairly soft look on her face, and wanting to keep it fairly natural, mainly just focusing on her eyes. So what are we going to do first?